So, hi everyone! We're gonna be making one of these using air dry clay and the Excel tools. Is this the knife?
Yes, that is our K26 Fit Grip knife. So this one comes with the safety cap, and this one has a number 11 blade on it.
Okay. That's perfect for working with clay. I like to make these pieces inspired in the natural colors of the clay. I don't like to paint it. I love the natural color of the clay. So this time we're gonna be using extra white and black, which is these two colors that come here. I got the clay rolling kit, which is one of my favorite products by Activa. It comes with 5 different levels and 1 PVC roll. I put a little bit of my favorite rolling mat. It's a kitchen rolling mat, nothing expensive, nothing different. It's just a rolling mat. And I pre-made these pieces, mixing the clay in extra white and black. I like to keep them in a natural color, kind of make these organic designs. So basically I just take a portion of the clay. We kind of like warm it up in our hands like this. We make sure that we have the levels and the mat. And then we just roll the clay using our PVC roll. You see that the clay is super friendly. What do you think about the clay when you work with it?
I like it. You definitely need to like warm it up in your hands a little bit, but once you have that going, it's super pliable.
Yes, very pliable, and
you don't need a lot of water either.
No, actually water can in excess can cause cracks and other details, so we prefer to keep ourselves limited with water. And then we cut it like this, and then we use our tool to remove the excess of clay. There we go. Once you have the piece, you can write down something, you can paint it, you can mix another color of clay.
So we can use our Excel burnishing set. So this is going to come with an interchangeable tip on the 4-jaw tuck, and it comes with a ballpoint tip, a smaller ballpoint tip, a spoon tip, and a pointed triangular tip. So these are really great for working with clay. So for this, something like that would be like a really great coaster size. So I have the large ballpoint on it right now. I find that it just drags a little bit. We're not using a lot of water. We're just going to dip it just a little bit in there. And then I'm just going to start kind of like etching into it so that we might make like a sort of border, and that just goes like super easy. And this clay is just like really, really good to smooth it through.
The acceptance of the clay to the tools for give them texture, it's perfect. I think it's a perfect combination.
It really is a great pairing. And not a lot of water, just enough to make the glide like really nice. And so, you know, for something like this, maybe like a coaster or a wall hanging, you could really decorate it any possible way. You can play with paint when it's dry, right? Like this takes paint. Would like acrylic work with it?
Yes, acrylic, temperas, any kind of paint basically. And I always recommend to seal it.
What sealer do you like?
I use
like a resin
just regular sealer. No, I just use regular Mod Podge. Yes.
Oh, Mod Podge. Okay, great.
Mod Podge, it gives you that matte or glossy finish, which is very nice. And you can also use a spray, like acrylic spray from the craft stores if you're more into sprays and less liquid. But basically any sealer will protect the clay and the paint. Coasters is a great idea. Just make sure you add waterproof sealer.
So, you know, summer coming up, we could do like an orange or a lemon or a lime.
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I feel like this clay too is very forgiving. Like if you did make a mistake, I feel like you could just roll it out again and kind of start over, you know?
Actually, the idea of doing this type of marble effect that I've been doing for a little bit, it came from that, from kind of like
re-rolling
making a
and
mistake.
starting
Yeah,
again.
sometimes you make a mistake and you start working again, and actually that mistake leads you to better results.
Awesome.
So that's the whole thing about crafting and arts. Just experiment and keep trying, and don't be afraid of making a mistake, because that mistake can lead you to something even better.
And then, like, say we wanted to switch out this tools for something a little more detailed. I'm just gonna pop this off. That'll come right out. And I think maybe I'll use my pointed tip. Tighten that up, nice and secure. Just a little bit of water on that. And I'll get like a little bit more of a pointed edge. Just to make a little bit different of a texture.
Wow. Beautiful. Yes, you can make coasters, you can make a wall hanging. You smooth out a little bit. You see, like, it's easy to smooth out the clay.
And I really use the tiniest bit of water.
Yes, it's
Like,
always recommended
barely on
just
my fingertip.
a few drops. Yes, just dip your finger in there and just a few drops to avoid cracks in the future. Because cracks are water looking for an exit. That's for sure.
That's a
in
good way of
clay.
thinking about it, yeah.
Because people ask me, like, does your clay crack? And I'm like, well, it depends more on the humidity retained in it. So try not to add too much humidity, and don't accelerate the drying process.
And that's something you could also, you know, use the sanding stick once it's dry to smooth out too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
wonderful. That sounds fantastic.